Magic is not easy to repeat. And sometimes people will join a company and it seems like their colleagues are working magic because they don't really understand the process behind what they're doing. We help illuminate that process, and that's effectively what learning does in any context. And I think it's pretty cool to turn something that looks like magic into a process, because processes are repeatable. And people want to follow processes to do great work. They want to understand what other people have learned, what works and what doesn't, so they can move forward and do good work.
One of the values that Lessonly brings is taking more of a democratized approach to training and learning, because when we think about where organizations will go in the future, it will not be 6 people sitting in a training department that train a 1,000-person company. It's going to be 50 different line managers and subject matter experts that are ones really driving the core knowledge that gets driven across the organization. Not only we're empowering learners, but we're also empowering people to teach across the organization.
We help those 50+ person companies all the way up to 10,000. And before we came around, people really weren't paying attention to them. So we came in and said, let's make it more affordable, let's make it more accessible, and let's help people do better work.
My favorite customer, they do all sorts of very custom invitations. And their challenge was all training was done manually. There's a 5-day crash course, and then employees are kind of off to the races to do their job as best they can. And so we've implemented Lessonly in a couple of ways. First is to make that 5-day onboarding process a lot smoother. So instead of sitting in a classroom for 5 days, they're going through training through the fundamentals on their own and then walking into the classroom and having a discussion and asking questions. And the folks who are close to that department have been thrilled at the way Lessonly has impacted things like customer satisfaction through their customer support team.
When it comes to Lessonly culture, like the spirit was always there, but we didn't always have the words for like, why do we always feel like this is so special? And then I read a book called The Ideal Team Player, and it just broke down what makes the people here so special. Hunger, humility, and people smarts are what define the people who work at this company. And I think kindness is kind of the overarching theme. But when you have hunger, humility, and people smarts, you're generally more empathetic, you're generally kinder, you're generally more patient.
Lessonly is a place where you're going to come in and you're going to be asked to learn a ton, whether you have 10 years of experience in a role or whether you have 0. At the end of the day, you can sell or you can service or you can build a lot of different types of products. But when your product is really driving towards helping the end employee be better at their job by giving them the fundamental information they need to do their best work, that's a mission you can get fired up about. I've sold a lot of things in my life, and everybody's had different experiences at different companies, but the people that come into the business say, man, this product works and we're making a difference to people, and ultimately I think a lot of people want that.